Drivers traveling in the area of Georgia Pacific's Palatka Mill and the Putnam County Medical Center might run into some problems tomorrow. Putnam County Sheriff's deputies say a mock chemical spill training exercise will be held. Residents will see multiple agencies participating in the training. The exercise begins at 8 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m.
The 2019 LEPC exercise was really about collaboration and coordination in Putnam County. They have multiple community partners that have private facilities with chemical inventories, and we wanted to be able to exercise the response to those facilities as well as the medical components.
So we actually start from the trees. We actually get wood in and we cook it and create toilet paper and paper towels.
The scenario involved a release of black liquor on site at Georgia Pacific, and initial responders were treating a patient for caustic burns.
This is an opportunity to extend our commitment to safety. It's job one for Georgia Pacific. It is important to us that not only are we being compliant, but we're going above and beyond when it comes to the safety of our employees and our community here in Palatka.
We wanted a small event to occur at the Georgia Pacific Mill, and it would gradually grow in complexity.
And then the situation elevated into the black liquor getting into a storm drain and then mixing with a leak of sulfuric acid at another area of the plant.
And the second scenario was 2 victims that were overcome by hazardous gas, H2S, or hydrogen sulfide.
We had Georgia Pacific that was managing the chemical release and injured people on site and coordinating with external partners, the response entities, to come in and assist them, as well as then the transport and movement to the hospital where Putnam Community Medical Center then enacted their decon protocols for decontaminating patients, and then the processes for bringing them into the emergency room and treating those patients on site.
To go through the motions of a simulated event so that we can practice not only our internal processes, but also the partnerships that we have long established with our community partners, the Palatka Fire Department, the Putnam County Emergency Management, and our state partners.
The first interagency cooperation is with the facility here at Georgia Pacific, and that's paramount to receive information, whether it's a safety data sheet or whether there's information about the leak or how to stop and or control the leak.
Georgia Pacific's internal command structure was inside the facility. We had a unified command vehicle with representatives from the support entities outside. So we presented them with challenges that they had to work through together, specifically related to, the processes for air monitoring. What are vulnerable communities in this area? Could this grow, or is it going to get smaller? What would be our media and public information responsibilities associated to that to get the message out to the community?
Putnam County EMS and Fire Rescue were able to exchange vital information about how the patient was exposed, what he was exposed to, and then that was followed up with plant personnel providing what the combination of those chemicals would release, and that was the hydrogen sulfide.
One of the advantages that we have with this exercise is that the LEPC, the Local Emergency Planning Committee, was really a convener and a facilitator. The people involved in this exercise are the local players and the community partners. This was my first time really working with several of these partners in Putnam County. So I think some of the issues that I faced personally up front with this exercise was gaining trust. I'm an outsider coming in to their community where they have strong relationships and collaborations and partnerships. I think that took time to build, and I think it also probably took some of their own partnerships saying that this guy is okay.
I spoke to the IC, and one of the things that I mentioned is, to put yourself in a quiet atmosphere. Get in the cab of the truck, get into the first aid building, have a liaison with you at all times from GP to answer your questions, because if you got to go out and look for somebody, you're wasting time.
So a hot wash is when all the parties that participated in the exercise come together in one group to really discuss not only the strengths of the exercise, but the weaknesses, the things that we can improve on.
Sometimes you're going to have to step away from your comfort zone as far as being with the guys. Trust the intel you're getting fed, because a lot of times as ICs, I'm guilty of it too, that when you're that guy running something and you're in charge, you want to be able to see it when I really need to trust what he's giving me and make my calls off that. You can run an incident and don't have to be nowhere near it.
Overall, I think the process has worked well. It's just a matter of getting a little bit nitpicky and starting to identify those small things that they can tweak that were really going to improve that response.
Anytime you can provide exercises in real life of scenarios you would encounter is a benefit to all the public safety responders to better prepare them for the real deal when it happens, whether it's in the middle of the night or whether it's on a nice day like today.
There are specific requirements that after learning of a release, you have to call the National Response Center. So they actually got to make those phone calls today, understand the questions that both the National Response Center and the State Watch Office will be asking them.
Our employees train with our community partners regularly, and coming together to practice in an exercise environment will help us to be prepared for whatever event may come down the road in the future.
I think it was a fantastic exercise, and more than anything, I think it just brought everybody to the table just to have future conversations, not only about this hazmat incidents, but how we would respond in the future to the Georgia-Pacific facility and how all of the support entities work together to support those systems.